Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching United TNT and this is Kaustubh. Today's video is all about our upcoming match against Newcastle United, where we traveled to St. James's Park, a place where we have not fared well for the last 4 seasons. We will delve into our current form, squad updates, lineups after our win against Crystal Palace this weekend. Yes, it is a midweek game. We are playing Newcastle United in the late kickoff on Wednesday night. Again, United have the late kickoffs most often because that is the prime time that every channel wants United to feature on. That's more TRP. So, yes, we will have a later game. All the other games would have been played by then. So, that's a good thing because we know there is a match between Aston Villa and Chelsea, two of the teams that are fighting for that Champions League spot. Wolves are home to Liverpool. Yes, Wolves are at the bottom of the table, but their performances have been kick-ass for the last 3 to 5 games. They drew against Arsenal. They drew against Manchester United as well. They gave a close call to Manchester City. So yes, Wolves are a tricky opponent. They defeated Villa last weekend. So I'm hoping there is an upset for Liverpool. And by the time we start playing our match, we exactly know what we need to do to climb up the table. So today's video will cover all the pre-match build-up to our Newcastle game at St. James's Park this weekday. As you all know, it's a very quick turnaround of matches for Manchester United, something that we are not okay or something that we have not done a lot of time this season because we are out of most of the competitions other than the Premier League. So yes, we played on a Sunday and now we'll be playing on a Wednesday night. That is my biggest concern, that how will the Manchester United players cope up with this, because every other team or most of the teams that are fighting for the Champions League spots are either playing the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, or the FA Cup. And I think it's only United out of all these teams who only have Premier League games. It is a worry. Why? Because players do not have that much recovery time. There was something that we saw over the weekend as well, which was very peculiar. United had 6 to 7 days off versus Crystal Palace, who had just played a midweek game in their Conference League match. However, it was United who looked a little leggy, and Palace were the team who were more aggressive and more outrunning Manchester United on that game. So that is something that I am concerned about, that how Manchester United players will turn up for this match. Having said that, Manchester United have again won a match under Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick is going very, very strong. 6 wins, 1 draw in the 7 matches that he has played as a manager this time around. If you add the last 3 matches that he had played as the United manager, when I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fired, he was the caretaker manager. If you add all these 10 games, I think Michael Carrick has raked up 23 points, which is the joint best start for any manager in the Premier League. He is tied with Ange Postecoglou, who did the same thing with Tottenham. If you remove those 3 matches and just judge him on the 7 matches that we've played right now, he still tops the list of the best starts for a manager in Premier League, along with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and a couple of more with similar points, right? So a very good time for Michael Carrick right now. And I'm hoping that this continues with the Newcastle match as well. We had a very good win. Bruno Fernandes was on point. Benjamin Šeško proving that why he was given the start, scoring the winner again, like he did at Everton, like he did against Fulham, like he did against West Ham, where he got us the draw. So Benjamin Šeško and Bruno Fernandes deserve all the praises for getting us the win against Crystal Palace, a 10-man Crystal Palace. We do not know how that match would have fared if it was an 11 versus 11 game, but a win is a win. We have climbed up the table to the 3rd spot, overtaking Aston Villa, who are at similar points as us, around 51, but we have a better goal difference. We are 3 ahead of Liverpool, sitting in 48. We are 6 ahead of Chelsea, sitting in 5th at 45. So we have opened a gap against Liverpool and Chelsea, which you would not have imagined happening way back in October, November. But yes, we are in this position right now, and I think we want to continue in this position and get that top 3 spot cemented before we get into the last 4 to 5 matches of the season. And I think I mentioned this in the previous video as well. This set of games over this week will define if United finish third or fourth in the table. We are playing Newcastle United now, and then we have Aston Villa coming to Old Trafford over the weekend. If we get 6 points out of 6 in these two games, we will be in a very good position to get that third spot in the table. And I'm hoping that we win against Newcastle United over this match day and then win against Aston Villa over the weekend as well to do that. Yes, the United players have been feeling really well. The United fans are buzzing right now with the form that we have. The only unbeaten team right now in the Premier League in 2026. The team that has the longest unbeaten run right now in the Premier League is also Manchester United with 11 games. Benjamin Sesko is on fire, scoring 6 times in the last 7 matches. Bruno Fernandes is right now on a trajectory to break the Premier League assist record. He's sitting at 13 assists right now. The record is at 20, held by Thierry Henry since now I think 20 years, and matched by Kevin De Bruyne in the 2018-2019 season. So I would want Bruno Fernandes to break this record, if not break, at least get to that level where all these 3 names are then spoken in one breath. So yes, Bruno Fernandes, Benjamin Sesko, all cooking. That's what is happening at United right now. Let's get into the squad that we have available and what will be the predicted lineups for this match. So I think for the squad, I think it's just a 2 to 3 day turnaround time. So I don't see a lot of changes coming in the squad that is available. Mason Mount is still on the road to recovery alongside Matthias de Ligt. Patrick Dogu is a long time absentee, and Lisandro Martinez is still a couple of games away from getting to full fitness and starting this game. So I think these 4 players will still be out of the Newcastle game. Adding to these 4 players, we will have Luke Shaw now, who was substituted during the game in and around 21-22 minutes because of his tackle in the 11th and 12th minute on Ismail Assar, where he stopped that cross and I think he pulled a hamstring. So Luke Shaw has been one of our star players this season. It is very rare that you see Luke Shaw playing the highest number of games in a Manchester United shirt amongst all the players that we have available because he's that prone to injury. This is only, I think, the second season that he's gone the longest without getting an injury. And I am really, really sad that he will not be able to play. And I hope it is just 1 or 2 matches that he misses because I think he has been in great form. And this form would have helped him continue getting into the England team for the World Cup as well, right? I would not want Luke Shaw to miss the World Cup squad. He deserves to play in that World Cup, get that redemption of the 2018 World Cup where he was playing and they lost to France. So yes, Luke Shaw will be a miss. Other than that, we have a full squad. And I think the lineups for this match will be same as what we had against Crystal Palace. We will have Sonny Lamons in the goal alongside Maguire and Euro as the centre-backs, followed by Mazraoui and Dalot as the preferred left and right back this time around. So Mazraoui will come in and start the game from scratch, followed by Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo in the centre, Bruno Fernandes, Cunha, Mbeumo, and Sesko completing their front 4. So that will be a predicted lineup for me. I think it's straightforward. In the last match also, the predicted lineup that we had given was exactly what we had fielded in the match itself. So this is my predicted lineup for our match against Newcastle. Now, coming to our opponents, Newcastle United, as I said, we have not fared well against Newcastle United for the last 4 seasons. The last win that we had against Newcastle was in 2020, which was a 4-0 win at St. James's Park. I think it was a Shaw own goal, Harry Maguire scoring, Marcus Rashford scoring. So it was a 4-1 win that we had in 2020. Since then, we have visited the stadium 4 times. We have had 1 draw, and after that, we've had 3 defeats back-to-back seasons. Last season, when we had gone to St. James's Park, we lost the match 4-1. And I think that was the biggest defeat that we had against Newcastle for a really, really long period. Garnacho had scored for United, but it was Tonali, I think Harvey Barnes, all of these players scoring for Newcastle. And it was a thumping victory for Newcastle United last time around. In this season, yes, we have defeated Newcastle at home 1-0. And we stopped the run of losses against Newcastle, yes. But going to St. James's Park is always difficult for us, as I have already mentioned. However, if there was a time to get a victory against Newcastle United for Manchester United, I think this is the time, because right now Newcastle United's league form is terrible. I think they're on the worst. I think they're on the worst run of form right now, alongside Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur obviously is the worst run of form, but followed by Newcastle's run of form. In the last 6 games, they have only won one match against Tottenham, surprisingly. Other than that, they have lost to Liverpool, they've lost to Manchester City, they've lost to Wolves, they've lost to Aston Villa, they've lost to Brentford, and the last match they lost to Everton as well. Sorry, with Wolves they had a draw, but yes, Brentford and Everton is also the losses that they've had. So in the last 6 games, only one victory away at Spurs, who we know are playing pathetic football, and their home record is even worse. So that's where Newcastle got their victory. Other than that, they have lost last time around with against Everton at home 2-3. And this tells me that yes, United has a chance. So if you couple Manchester United's league form and Newcastle United's league form, I still see a Manchester United victory very easily. But we cannot take them lightly because they have some very good players. Sadly, their top goal scorer and the top assist provider, Bruno Guimaraes, is out till April, so he will not be playing. Other than that, I think Anthony Gordon is in good form. Joe Linton is in good form. Anthony Elanga will be buzzing to play against his old club, Manchester United, for sure. Nick Pope is a great goalkeeper, and I think he is a very good shot stopper. So we have to be wary of that. Dan Burn always plays with his heart on his sleeve, so we have to be wary of him. He's a tall centre back. He's always a threat on corners. Ali is back in form. He has been scoring goals lately. I think with the Everton match, it could have been a draw. Last minute, Tonali's shot was saved by Jordan Pickford, and it was a wonderful shot. It was a crazy save by Pickford, which was evident from his reaction as well. Yes, Newcastle United's form is bad, but whenever Manchester United are in town, the teams have a motivation that you don't see otherwise. And I think Newcastle will be well motivated to perform against a Manchester United team who's right now red hot in form. And any team would want to stop their winning run and give them their first loss against Michael Carrick. So yes, that's Newcastle for you. Funnily enough, there are a couple of players and the manager who is linked with the Manchester United job as well. So that adds a little spice to the game. Eddie Howe has been one of the names that has been floating around Manchester United's next permanent manager. In fact, Roy Keane sounding it out that he's the best person to lead Manchester United in this new phase. We have been strongly linked with a move for Sandro Tonali in the last couple of weeks. Sandro Tonali is a fantastic player. We would love to have him at United and be a replacement for Casemiro. But I think Tonali wants to move back to Italian league. So we don't know what will happen there. But yes, these kind of talks and transfer rumors adds some more spice to the already exciting match that we are going to look forward to. So yes, that's the Newcastle team. Let me know your team predictions in the comments. Now for the scoreline, I think I will go for a Manchester United win for sure. Yes, when we started doing these videos and when Ruben Amorim was still in charge, I would generally go for a draw or a 1-0 kind of a win for Manchester United in these kind of games. But I think right now under Michael Carrick, we are playing some splendid football, and I have no doubts that we will go to St. James's Park and end our 4-year drought of winning on that ground. So yes, it will be a 2-1 victory for United. It will be a close match. United will have to struggle a bit during the match because Newcastle's crowd is also their 12th man. The crowd, when the crowd is behind the team performs even better. So yes, we will have to overcome all of those hurdles. But I see a United victory, a 2-1 United victory. And for me, the goal scorers would be Šeško and Mbeumo this time. So that's my prediction. Let's hope that we win. Even if we win from a 3-1 margin or a 1-0 margin, I don't care. Victory is a victory for us. But for me, right now, the prediction is 2-1 for this match. Let me know what you think the final score will be in this match. So yes, this was our pre-match build-up to the trip against Newcastle United that we will have midweek. My prediction is 2-1. The team that I have predicted is the same team just that Luke Shaw will be replaced by Mazraoui. I'm going for a United victory. I feel very confident that we will break the jinx of the 4-year losses that we've had against Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle's form is really poor right now in the Premier League, although in the Champions League they have been playing some wonderful football. But these are two different competitions, and I feel that the Premier League form is what you have to see right now. Having said that, I think it should be a Manchester United victory, our third victory in a row after Everton and Crystal Palace. So yes, that has been the video for today. Please comment, subscribe to my channel if you like the content, if you like the video. Till then, keep watching, keep cheering ggmu.